Could immigration enforcement ramp up in the valley this year? Reports are circulating that Phoenix could be a target for increased ICE raids, and that's making the rounds on social media. But is there any truth to all this?
Today, Fox 10 reached out to local lawmakers to find out. Ashlie Rodriguez is live to bring us their reaction tonight. Ashlie.
Yeah, John and Christina, it's not just circulating on social media, it's circulating through all the media outlets, right? So I reached out to a number of state lawmakers and federal lawmakers, and not one of them could confirm that they have heard these reports coming straight from the Department of Homeland Security or the Trump administration. That being said, even if there are no large-scale raids planned for Phoenix, like the ones we've seen in Chicago or LA, that doesn't mean detainments and deportations aren't consistently happening here.
Since when are you guys raiding here, huh? Get the hell out of here, man. You're not welcome here.
Immigration activist Salvador Reza caught the end of an ICE raid at a Phoenix Home Depot Sunday morning when he said 2 day laborers were detained.
This is the first time that we have this, that we see this type of raid. We have seen like individuals being targeted where they came specifically for an individual, but this time they didn't come for an individual. They came for whoever they could pick up.
Reza says it's the type of raids he sees in LA or Chicago. The type being reported in the Bulwark this past weekend is coming to the Phoenix metro area in 2026.
I have not heard anything from the Trump administration say that they were ramping up enforcement.
State Senate President Republican Warren Peterson couldn't confirm the rumor, while State House Democrat Rep. Oscar De Los Santos says he also had no confirmation, but is aware of the initial reporting, telling Fox 10. While Arizona families are struggling to afford groceries and health care, Donald Trump is focused on sending masked ICE agents to rip apart families.
I don't know if it even matters. I think the reality is whether there's a light presence or a heavy presence, we welcome the Trump administration enforcing the laws.
But not everyone in Phoenix is embracing a heavy-handed approach to illegal immigration enforcement, with the Trump administration just earmarking $170 billion toward border enforcement, along with the possibility of expanding Phoenix detention centers and opening new sites in Marana and Glendale.
If they were known criminals, convicted criminals, I could understand this. But these people who are looking for work and they're just trying to survive.
The DOJ says it brought immigration-related criminal charges against more than 10,000 people in Arizona in 2025, the majority detained as they were trying to illegally re-enter the U.S. The department writing, through increased presence, a 97% prosecution rate, and commitments to real criminal penalties, fewer people are crossing the border illegally. And obviously, I reached out to the Department of Homeland Security to get the answer straight from them, as most of the media outlets in Phoenix have done as well. And just like with the other media outlets, they did not get back to me in time for this report. For now, we'll send it back to you in the studio.